Hello, we are live. Do you see the sign? You are live, it said. I am here today with my friend Jenny Busing, which I'm actually really excited about because even though Jenny and I have been friends for at least 2 years now, I have never actually gotten to sit and talk with her face to face. So this is the first for me too, and I've got questions. So I am doing this live broadcast one time a month, Jenny. And what I want to do is help moms who are friends of mine, because you know how it is with your Instagram, you become friends with these people.
Yes.
I want to invite creativity into their minds, inspire them to think. You know what? I talk to some moms who are absolutely hating their corporate job right now. They're hating a lot about what is going on with their kids in school, and maybe they want to homeschool, maybe they want to help their family afford a school that they would prefer their child go to, all the different things that we as moms face. So what I hope to do is inspire them to think of ways, because I truly believe that if we give this enough thought, every one of us have within us a skill and a gift that can help our family. So Jenny, I just want to hear your story of how this went for you and how you got to where you are right now, the owner of JenLynn Stock Shop. I know it well. Jenny has helped me. And at any point that you want me to jump in and show my website and what you've done for me, I'm prepared and ready to do that.
That was such an honor. Mary, you were my first exclusive client that I did.
Awesome. Oh, I love it.
You're my guinea pig, and you
true.
were so gracious through the whole process.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were great. You were great to work with. I didn't have anything going wrong. So, just a second. This one there. That shows them what your shop is and what you do. But I want to hear the story of how did it begin and when did it begin and all that. Tell us when you began helping your family financially with what you could do.
I started in the corporate world, and I worked for a workers' compensation company. Fresh out of college, it was hard to find jobs the few years that I graduated. And I was a communications major and just found this job through a staffing agency. And it ended up being a really good fit for that season, but it was a lot of sitting at a desk, a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of meetings, Yeah. And I like to stay behind the camera. I don't want to be like out in front stage. And so I would have to do presentations. So just as
here you are, I'm making you do one now.
Oh, well, this is more comfortable. I'm not like
fun. You're in your kitchen. I like it.
In a meeting room. So one of our clients at the job, they were so generous, and they gifted the employees a $500 gift card to their store. And so I thought, I really want to do photography. I'm gonna buy my first camera with this. So
I love it. I love it.
And that was like 2004 or 5, and so I started a photography business. I did portrait photography for 10 years.
Did you just jump right out into photography, or did you?
Well, so I did take classes in high school. I had always enjoyed it. I took photos here and there. I traveled abroad, and so I took photos just all around.
I'm listening. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. So
you already took photos, and then you got a nice camera. So you went for it.
And I started just taking photos for free, which I know they say, don't do that.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I mean,
I gave away blankets for free too. That's the way I do it. Yeah.
I know. It's funny how people give you advice, and later you look back and you're like, that's exactly what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that was a really fun season. I did families, kids. I did a little bit of weddings, seniors, high school seniors, newborns. It was just a really fun season. I was having babies myself, so I was really comfortable with handling new babies, and loved the idea of like escaping the house for a little bit so I could do my thing and then come back and edit.
Yeah.
So
do that mom thing and then have a little bit of room to breathe too.
Yeah. So
I've often said, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've often said, I don't even know what I would do had I not had a business. when I was raising kids. I just needed something else to think about sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It, yes, I really think it helps me be a better mom
yeah.
to be able to clock out from mom life and clock into this business that, I squeeze into my life.
You do a great job.
Thanks.
So, so your photography led you to, I mean, I'm curious, how did you, so you obviously learned all the ins and outs of Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop, Lightroom. And, I learned a ton of business skills from my corporate job. So, like doing taxes and, like all of the
Okay.
stuff that it takes to
Oh,
run a
that's the
business.
hard part. To me, that's a hard part of business
Yes.
right there.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. And I do not do numbers, but because I had that training in the very beginning of my career, I complain about that job, but I'm also like, it was the building blocks that I needed, to get me where I am today.
Yeah. Yeah. It all worked out.
So one of my clients, who's a friend of mine now, I did some family photography for her.
Okay.
And she is a digital artist. She does surface pattern designs. She's incredible. She's so talented. And so we kept in touch over the years. And I had some photos of a nursery session up on my website, and she contacted me and said, "Hey, can I buy one of these photos from you? I want to turn it into a mock-up." And I'm like, "Tell me more."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of the beginning of, I didn't bite the bullet right away. I probably waited 6 months, 9 months, and I just kind of simmered in it. And I was
Did
like,
it just keep nagging at your mind?
yes,
Like, I think I could do this. I
yes.
think there's a market for this.
Well,
Yeah.
because she was so, sometimes you just need that person who knows a little bit more than you to say, you can do this.
Yeah.
You would be great at this. There's a niche for it. You'll be surprised by how successful you'll be. And so, I mean, she was just,
Oh, she was your mentor. That's awesome.
she was.
That's
I tell her all the
wonderful.
time that God sent her to me.
Oh,
She doesn't
that's
even
so
know it.
cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm so excited about the friends I have met, like you and so many people, because of owning this company. I mean, that to me is as big a blessing as the finances have been to helping our family throughout these years. I know I used to make little girls' dresses. And boy, they were hard. They were lots of ruffles and lots of hemming and lots of elastic and all the things, buttonholes. But I loved it. I just loved sewing for people. And then one day, someone I made little girls' dresses for asked me, she said, "My family owns a dance studio. We were in Clarksville, Tennessee, and come to find out they owned like the big dance school in town." And she said, "We were having costumes made for us and something fell apart. If I gave you a dance costume, could you figure out how to do this for us?" Well, Jenny, that turned into 15 years of me making dance costumes
Oh,
for
wow.
people because I found out like, oh, I could make more than one. I could make a team of 20. I've got it really well figured out by the third team member. So
Yeah.
sorry for those first couple. And you know what I mean? Like I learned like, oh, wait, there could be a way to help our family even more if I do this. So I really believe and Jenny is a friend not only in business, but she's a friend in my faith. So I know that neither you nor I run our companies on a faith-based business, but yet we both believe that we are inspired regularly on the things that we are supposed to do and are meant to do in our calling in life. And so we both lean in close
Yes,
to
it is.
hearing that.
It's whenever you sense that, you're like, okay, this is one of my people. I need
So
to
what,
lean into this person.
so what's really ironic to me and just kind of neat is that I somehow began following you on Instagram probably a year before I asked you. So it had to have been in the very beginning
Beginning,
of
yes.
your business, and I didn't realize that. I just kept watching what you were doing and what you could do, and I thought, but wait, well, why don't we show people what you do and how you do it? Because if I share my screen, I'm going to share this one over here, you guys. So if you're watching this, I want to show you what Jenny does. So here's what happened. I mailed a box full of my products that were plain white to Jenny, and she took these beautiful photos for me. But when she did them, she edited them in a way in Photoshop that allowed me, and let me tell you, I had never been in Photoshop at this point in my life. I didn't even have the program. But Jenny opened up a whole avenue of creativity for me because she allowed me to go into Photoshop. She actually taught me by text messaging back and forth how to edit these photos. So if you see this and this and this, they are all the very same photo that was done professionally by Jenny for my shop in a way that we now can keep showing you our new designs, very clean and cohesive, without each different photographer who I hire's lighting being different. And so she's helped me with these listing photos, and then she's gone on. Many of my listings even have more of her photos in them. I'm not sure if this one does, but I have gone on to purchase from her shop more and more of her photos of her car seats, for example. Let's show your car seats. Where are they? They are here. Accessories, car seat covers. So the truth is, I had a few of them, like this one, done for me, and they were a little light and a little washed out. And I thought, oh my goodness, I do not want to make one of these car seats in every kind. So this is actually a mock-up, and it shows much better view of what our car seat covers look like. So that
I'm proud of that one. That one, I'm proud of that. There was a learning curve on that one.
You did a great job, because what I love is how the design contours so nicely. So you've learned. I'll stop sharing my screen. Stop the screen. I'll go back to you and I. So that explains to people who are going to watch this later how you've made your niche, and it's awesome. It's just so cool, because when I put my design on the page, it morphs around so nicely, and I love it.
It's a feature that I didn't even know about. You know, you get this inkling that you're supposed to do something, and you're like, where do I start? And I think I originally started just I didn't do anything with Photoshop. I just took the photo of like blank walls, things that didn't require smart objects. And, I made a few sales, and then as I put more out there, I started getting more requests. And so I would, even if I didn't know how to do it, I'd say, sure, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
And then I would figure it out.
Exactly. If you are a person who does that in life, you should be in business, because that is what it takes. Being a business owner means I don't exactly know how to do what you're saying right now, but I will find the people who do know how, and I will figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
So tell me, Jenny, what was the time frame like between I've got this idea and someone is purchasing it from me? What is a realistic measuring stick on that?
I would say, okay, my daughter was going into kindergarten. So that was the fall of 2018.
Okay.
2018. I started, so the fall of 2018, I opened my Etsy shop, and I had no listings. I just opened it. I had one,
I think you have to have one to open it. Yeah.
I had one, yeah. So I didn't have a plan, but I was like, okay, the first step is I gotta open a shop somewhere. And
Good job.
Etsy, I had nothing to lose. So and then as I started continuing to put listings out there, I would get more feedback from people who bought my stuff and more requests. And so it, when people are asking you for something, you do your best to deliver.
You lean into that. You lean into that as your best advice. They're your people.
That's right. It's somebody else is going to want it if they're asking for it too.
Right. I love it. I love how you do that. And I watch you. You're very good about being You're just very open to sharing. Like I read your posts, like, hey, I was looking at a magazine and I saw a grouping of a couple of blankets. And so I realized that you business owners might need a couple
Yeah.
of blankets together. I love that. It's exactly how to do it. I mean, it's kind of like parenting. You figure it out as you go along, right? You
Yes.
just,
And I don't pretend that I know everything. Like I'm very quick to admit.
no, you are. You're very humble. And I think that that makes someone more approachable to be that way. I agree. I have learned as I go in business, right? So tell me, what was I'm going to give you a hard question. And if you can't come up with an answer, that's okay, because we did not prepare for this. What was probably one of the hardest days, weeks, or periods of owning your business so far? Coming off of a pretty hard day myself, I guess that question is fresh in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, so I don't work a full day. I work like a few hours here, a few hours there now that all my kids are going to school, that'll look different.
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Oh, I know. I don't know what to do with myself. But I would say, the very beginning, I was trying to figure Etsy out. I was trying to open up my Shopify store. I was putting it would take me probably 5 hours to create one smart object.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just took so long because I didn't know. I was YouTubing all these videos as I'm
good job. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have the tendency to get sucked in. I can just totally lose track of time.
Oh, I know.
And my poor family is like, hello.
Yeah. And when you walk away from it and you're like, and I didn't make any money doing that. 8 hours of research, right? Right.
So, I would say in general, I have to really work on having work and personal life balance. I love my family and I love spending time with them. And I want to be open to, my husband saying, Jen, you've been on this for a while and I haven't seen you all day,
Yeah. Yeah.
hang out with us.
I get the mom, where are you?
Yeah. Well, I usually sit right here in my dining room. So everybody.
Oh, that's good. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's good and it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you were going to encourage someone, obviously we have no idea. I think about these moms who can write. I think that writing is a skill you can hone and very much put to use. I think about moms who are really talented with the way they can present a scene. And these Instagram influencers, I think that is an incredible idea. Do you have any other ideas that could spark on, say your best friend came over and said to you, Jenny, I really admire what you can do. What could I do to help my family? What are some of because if you're like me, I can't stop thinking of them. That's kind of what this broadcast idea is about. Sure. So let's just brainstorm for 2 seconds on 2 women who have made a helpful way to help their family. And what is something you could tell someone, what are you good at and what could you do?
Right. The first thing you made me think of is, just as a creative, I love looking at pretty things. Like the most recent mock-up that I just posted has several blankets and the patterns on them all go together and I could just stare at it for hours.
Yes. Yeah. You get lost in the creativity.
Yes. And so I would say if you're someone like that, you can really lean into what is something that I can enjoy, like consuming on some level, like a skill. So I think about people who have really good fashion design or people who are like good home decorators.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people that can learn how to style a photo shoot.
Yeah. So like styling a photo shoot and presenting people's things in it, like my blankets. I work with many people who present my products in their photo shoots. So yeah, that's a good one.
I have a friend that she makes scrunchies and dog collar things. I forget what they're called. and she does photo shoots all the time, and she has someone. She also is very creative, but those are the type of small businesses that you could reach out to and say, hey, that's kind of what I did when I first started. I wanted to take pictures of a product, and it was around Father's Day, so I reached out to a tie company, and I was like, can I take photos of your ties for free? I want to style them. Yeah.
Oh, so you just suggested yourself to people and said, I will learn while I help you.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a
It was
great
kind
way
of
to do
like
it.
a trade. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine, and we'll
Yeah,
both walk
exactly.
away.
Collaborate.
Yeah.
So my daughter-in-law is just an amazing writer, and she's also my personal assistant. And I believe that there are many women who are in business, they're running their companies, and they need someone who knows how to put together clear thoughts, present them well in email marketing, in Facebook ads, in how you promote your next product, how you do your listings on your website. I mean, that all takes a very clear-minded, precise kind of person. And so if you find yourself being that kind of person, I would look into business Facebook groups and places where people hang out like myself who are really struggling with their time and how to um, make more of themselves during the day. They need someone like I've got my daughter-in-law. There are people who, another idea that it seems so old school and it seems so hard, but I am all about helping other moms who have no choice and have to go to work watch their kids.
Yeah.
I feel that, I mean, helping people with their children is a very good and wholesome, honorable way to make an income. Cleaning for people, painting for people. I had a couple women. This office used to be not hunter green, dark green with a gold ceiling, and I couldn't even see what we were working on in here. I needed some white space. And these two gals showed up here with paint. And I bought the paint. They had rolling brushes and all the things, and they were like, we're each $20 an hour, and we'll get this done for you as best and fast we can. I was thrilled to death. And these two women are sister-in-laws who have fun together all summer doing the most of their time. I truly believe that put your head together with your husband, with your friend, with someone, and I believe there is a way you can help your family if you want to.
For sure.
I just feel that people get so defeated. And I wish they wouldn't.
Instead of looking at the short-term goals, looking at the long-term goals, it feels impossible.
Right. Oh, it does. I mean, we never saw ourselves where we are. We just put one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. So it was really, okay, what's my next step? How do I get there?
Yeah.
How many YouTube videos do I have to watch to figure it out?
Yeah. So Jenny, I'm going to look your shop up really quick and show people what you have done, because I'm really, really impressed with your website building skills and your business skills. You have rocked it, my friend. You have done well.
That's so encouraging. You never know. You're just like, I hope this is working.
Yes. Well, what do you guys think? Tell me, what do you think? I think she's done an amazing job. I mean, look at this. She's got every kind of product now that people can buy and put their design on, to either, mostly to sell it. Obviously they are they're on there to be in business, but I mean, you might be a wood laser person and you need a mock-up for that. Speaking of which, I'm going to send you my white discs that I'm going to be printing. They're in my next package going out to you, which I'm sending another. So you guys, I'm going to be sending Jenny like our new pajamas that I'm coming out with, and she will photograph them for me, and then I'll be able to offer them to you in all our prints. So watch for more of her work coming soon. But I just wanted to show you guys what she's doing. I mean, who would think, right, that this cool niche is out there? But what I want to tell you is it's out there for you. You guys can, please ask questions. Write me emails. I love to sit behind the scenes in our direct messaging and help anybody out. If you've even got a thought and idea, put it out there and have your friends help you. They will help you.
Yep.
So thank you, Jenny, so much for telling us about your cool little niche. Thank you for the help you've given my
Oh
shop.
my goodness, for sure.
And if you are out there today and you have a cool idea that you have come up with that people would say, you wouldn't believe what I do at home. I mean, I talk to people, truly, it is unbelievable what some of them are doing at home. You would think, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes.
Reach out to me so that we can talk and you can share with others a way that has helped your family financially. I know Jenny feels, I've seen some of your posts and that's really why I reached out to you, because you just make me smile. Your whole heart and I've helped our family. I've helped our marriage. Jenny just wrote a book, actually,
an ebook.
An ebook. Tell us about that real quick before we get off here.
Yeah, I just looking at my numbers, my Etsy graphs, over the last few years, and researching, I feel like I really figured out a good method of growing a shop slowly. And I at first I didn't know that I had something, and then I kept comparing the years to each other, and I'm like, I just keep having my best month ever, but after the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people have to know about this. Like,
yeah, I want to read it. I want to read it. Will you put a link to it in our comment box on here? Can you reach it right now? Or do you need to go into our Facebook and do it? You can do it after. I just wanted to see either way. Okay, sure. So Jenny will show us the book, the ebook that we can purchase. But yeah, I want you to know I really appreciate you. I appreciate the service you're doing for stores like myself. Yeah. And I love it. I love to see a mom making it happen at home. And that just thrills me. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. It's a privilege.
You have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.